Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. I did figure out how to holster your weapon. You click and hold R. If you just lightly tap R, it is reload your weapon, but yep,
Whoa,
there you
hey,
know.
Where'd you come from?
I walked here?
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend.
I've already noticed that. My pod crashed in the hills back there.
Your pod? What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium? Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
Mm-hmm. Let's do the little lie here. Nice to meet you. I'm Alex Hawthorne, Captain of the Unreliable.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's
No.
Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Uh-huh. Junior in Humor. Fancy title for a gravedigger.
Hey, I earned that fancy title. Started off a lowly junior gravesite builder, then junior interment engineer. Oh, and I was a junior burial assistant for a time.
You seem pretty old to be a junior. Anything.
The rate I've been working, I'm bound to earn a promotion. Must be about 50, 60 burials away from associate in humor.
Who do I talk to about a power regulator?
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
Depends on the work. You offering me a job?
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our gravesites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
You're making people pay for their own graves?
Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge.
Alright, I'll collect your fees for you.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Why is Abernathy a special case?
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
That sounds promising. You don't want to tell me. Okay, so where can I find these people?
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Okay, I'll be back. Looks so friendly. Early retirement. Do you want to end your years in luxury and comfort? Do you dream of walking beneath the vaulted arches of Byzantium? Early retirement is finally here. Early retirement is your ticket to Byzantium. Early retirement is Chairman Rockwell and Minister Clark's gift to you. Selection for the early retirement process is by lottery. Winners enjoy an all-expense paid trip to their new beginning in Byzantium, or new life in Byzantium, the Jewel of Halcyon. Right. Oh, we can steal stuff. I wonder if that means that there is Thieves Guild stuff in here. Hacking and picking locks. Your hacking and lockpick skills help you get into places you're not meant to be. Mag picks are used to break open locks and bypass shunts that are used to break computer encryptions. Or rather, bypass shunts are used to break computer Your skill is high enough to break the security. You will see how many mag picks or shunts you need and how long it'll take. Raising your skill will lower the number of items used and speed up the process. So apparently this thing will cost us 3 to unlock. What is this then? A terminal. Messages from Inhumers Association. Dear reader, your subscription... Oh god, it's spam. Your subscription to the Inhumers Association newsletter has expired. We'd like to invite you to renew your subscription. Act now, and we'll throw in a copy of our newest publication, Shovel's Gazette and Quarterly. From Spacer's Choice Human Resources. So spam it would seem. Edgewater Cemetery is a property of the Spacer's Choice Company. The Spacer's Choice family takes care of its own from the cradle to the grave. Gravesite plots and headstones are provided by Spacer's Choice at an affordable rate. Comfortable, spacious plots, custom engraved headstones and monograms, complimentary eulogy, courtesy of the Order of Scientific Inquiry. Let your spirit rest in the privacy of a Spacer's Choice brand gravesite. Return to root. Inventory logs. Burial invoice. Password required. Let's try to hack that. Hack used, yep. Burial invoice. Name Theodore Granger. Cause of expiration. That's a novel way of putting it. Industrial accident. Burial status. Successfully interred in gravesite 13F. Gravesite fees. Paid and accounted. Inhumers addendum. Teddit's corpse was missing a hand. Deducted 5 bits from gravesite fee because I'm a kindly fellow. That's nice. Given that I do enjoy being a thief, in most games, I see no reason why we shouldn't be a thief here as well. Oh, backpicks. How useful. Let's pick this. Criminal activities. Trespassing, lockpicking, hacking, and murder are all considered illegal activities and are frowned upon by society. Avoid being seen if you want to engage in those activities without consequences. Well, thank you. Bin. Okay, let's grab that as well. I don't think we need any shovels. Interesting. Okay, transition to Edgewater. Edgewater discovered. Do we have a map? We do.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
Okay. I think we have a small grave matter. So he runs a barber shop in Edgewater. Hi there, Conrad. Are you the guy? Yes, you are.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
I'm not going to intimidate him. Relax, I'm clean or no. Do your haircuts usually come with free lectures?
We don't believe in free anything here in Edgewater. We're a Spacer's Choice company. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
I will report to you in the event of my death. Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Oh, that's some quality drama, Conrad. You should audition.
Thank you, no. I despise the serials. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Hang on, medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers! No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
Place looks fairly, We have a respectable, slightly shabby-looking barbershop out front, and in back, well, there you go. Examine. Letter from Phyllis. Conrad, receptionist, shot himself. This is bad. Company is going to have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Spacer's choice property. Geesh, these guys are harsh. Eugene was an asset, and somebody has to pay his body price. This is gonna ruin us. So I was thinking that we pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of gold teeth. Heirlooms passed down his family or something. You're processing his body, right? Just dig around and pry them out. We sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet, use the bits to pay his body price, and nobody's the wiser. What do you think? Don't write back. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Just give me a special signal the next time you see me. Waggle your eyebrows. Phyllis G. Uh-huh. Light assault rifle. That seems like something I would like to have, but probably best not to start stealing things. So
what can I do for you?
Okay, so medical 10. You sound like you've had some training. I know a thing or two about medicine.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
Only if we use the term doctor loosely.
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
That's reassuring. So persuade 1. I know all about Eugene. Why not use his teeth as collateral for your gravesite?
You know about Eugene? How?
I'm a mind reader.
You were probably poking around my things. I really shouldn't leave my letters sitting out in the open.
Nope.
Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
I'm sure he won't miss them.
That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Going to have to.
Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Goodbye.
What can I do for you?
Checking if, no. Okay. That was interesting. I can leave the door open. I know I've been in there. So the cantina. Where are the other people? Yes, President, Edgewater Cannery, landing pad. So, residence. Abernathy.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery.
Nothing I can do about
Constable Reyes. Let's close the door here since I didn't do anything in there. Looking for the Abernathy residence. Right, I can do that. And that will help, since it actually tells me where I need to go now.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
You want to tell me what's got you so nervous using perception?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
I'm positive you mentioned something about being plagued.
You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable.
Why not?
She'll toss me in the sick house. I would have confessed before the good vicar. Get some ablutions for my spirit. Just never found my courage is all. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't ya? Do a good turn for an expiring old man?
Depends on what you need.
Couple hours out of your day and some light second story work. That's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Not so fast. I've got some questions.
I'll do what I can.
Why can't you just buy some medicine yourself?
I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
In other words, the company won't treat you because you're already sick.
More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy enough.
That's a good policy. Not. I assume there are guards.
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
Yeah, I can deal with that. So what can you tell me about these marauders?
I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly.
I've heard enough.
So you'll do it then?
I'll do it.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
So, I'm here to collect your gravesite fees.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment.
You're taking an awful risk trusting me, you know.
I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
I'll leave you be. Interesting fellow. Good door here. Thing of interest. Nothing of interest in his bathroom either.
Your making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
What do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Let me worry about that.
Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
I get it. You need someone to smuggle your medicine under the table.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
I'll think about it.
That's all I can ask of you.
That's an interesting... I mean, you come into a new town, don't know anyone, they don't know you, and the first thing you do is start breaking the law. Yep, that sounds like the right way to do it to me. Let's go into the cannery. Here. Logs. Notice, the Edgewater salt tuna canning facility strictly adheres to Spacer's Choice standards of health and safety. Notice, schedule your sick leave with your Spacer's Choice foreman and or supervisor. Be considerate toward other members of the Spacer's Choice family. Allow 2 to 4 weeks to process and approve your scheduled sick leave. Wow. Lost hours must be compensated to the company. See read if you're having trouble paying for your sick leave. Paying for your sick leave. Wow. We'll try to arrange wage deductions instead. Remember, work invigorates the spirit. Sickness in the body reflects sickness in the mind and sickness in the character. If you find yourself falling ill, it may be time to schedule a meeting with our local vicar. Yeah, these people are fairly horrible. Ludwig. Let's go up. Talk to Phyllis. Sorry.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Gravesite fees. I'm here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Have to pay for your neighbor's gravesite fees?
If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
You said this guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
That's an awful thing to say.
Not half as awful as the bill Eugene left us with. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
You can't be serious.
I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
He was a person, not an asset.
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
I'll let you get back to work. Look around. Door. The mag pick. Use the terminal. Foreman. Granger. Messages. Welcome, Phyllis Grangers. Granger from R. Thompson. Phyllis, owing to your hard work and positive attitude, I have sanctioned your access to medical treatment in the event of contagion. As you know, the company has not provided us with enough medicine to treat every worker. I wish I could treat every member of the Spacer's Choice family who fell ill to this plague, but I cannot. Medical privileges are strictly merit-based. Please do not under any circumstance distribute your ration of medication to any other worker. All in this together. Personal files. Let's hack that. Tenderfoot. Continue. Personal files, last entry. Theodore buried last night. Reed asked me not to report his death in our quarterlies. Sounds fair to me. Was asked to prepare a statement or something for the other workers. Been thinking about it. Don't know what to tell them. Don't end up like Theodore. Do your work, show up, wear a smile, and you'll get your medical privileges. It's a start. Gosh. Steals ammo. Blocker. Find it oddly simple to steal stuff. Use the door. Pickpocket. Pick lock here. Take all of these. Definitely take that. Taste the freedom with Spacer's Choice. Okay, so what does this computer say? Company notifications. Continue. From the office of Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. Symptoms of infection have now reached a critical mass. I have instructed our staff to transform the old domicile into a sick house. Plague is a reality of life on the frontier, and as Spacers we are expected to face up to reality. And the reality is that we do not carry enough medicine to treat all of you. Medical treatment is a privilege, not a right, and we must strive every day to demonstrate our worthiness of that privilege. If you find yourself suffering from the symptoms of incipient plague, the best thing you can do for yourself and for your family is to don your jumpers and come to work. Work fortifies the spirit, physical illness recapitulates spiritual weakness. Okay. Let's climb down. Looking around in here. That's a novel entrance. Okay, so we have Ludwig Miller left to collect the gravesite fees from. Let's transition to the Emerald Vale region. Every 20 points in a skill unlocks a new bonus or upgrade in that skill. Get to read the rest. Okay. This is pretty. This is Ludwig.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
What are you babbling about?
The war! The coming apocalypse! Man versus machine! I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Yeah, I gotta watch out for those mechanicals.
That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Yeah, Silas sent me. You owe him your gravesite fees.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the Resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Lie? He sure did, and he's asking for a little extra to, furnish the Resistance with mechanical repellent.
Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple bits for just such a project.
Got a question for you.
Go on.
What do you have against mechanicals?
You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars.
I'm pretty sure that's what they were programmed to do.
Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate the human race. They've been programmed to replace us. First, they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives.
I'll let you be. Seems weird, doesn't it? What is this? Workbench. The workbench allows you to repair, upgrade, and modify your weapons and armor, keeping you combat ready and in tip-top shape at all times. On each screen, first select the weapon and or armor item that you want to work on, then choose what you want to do to it. Repair it, break it down for parts, modify it with a mod, or tinker to upgrade it. What I actually would like is something more interesting than a light pistol as a weapon. Tinker? Repair? Can't stand shotguns. Never liked. Did get a mod. It says install mod. But what mod did I get? Idea. Cax. Where does it? Okay, so I got a Whisper Quiet Muzzler. A bulky attachment that can be fitted to the muzzle of any Earth standard caliber weapon. Dramatically reduces the muzzle blast and flash during firing, enabling covert kills. That probably doesn't apply to a regular pistol though. Bypass shun. Let's grab that. Yeah. The house? Can go in here? Oh. Can take stuff legally from this thing. Take all. Corporation Service Award. What is that? Probably junk. Yep. Okay. Door. How about this house? Some light ammo. And a door that can be opened. Mag pick, Psychopad, Zero G Brute, Tartarus sauce, plain and pure water. It's crisp, it's delicious, it's nutritious, it's water, now with 11% more natural water flavoring. That. Cartridge, light ammo. I think that's it. Let's get back into the city. Then run. And you don't need to hold down shift. You can just click shift and it toggles between walking and running.
Heard something outside the walls today.
Let's go back to Silas and tell him we've got his gravesite. Hey there.
Fancy threads. That some kind of hibernation suit?
We need to talk about Eugene.
Yeah? What about him?
I read a letter from Phyllis. She mentioned digging him up for his gold teeth.
Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead.
I'll keep an eye out for them, I guess.
Let me know if you find anything.
Hey, about those fees you wanted.
You run into any trouble?
I'm all done. Paperwork, fees, and signatures.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Let's do the persuade thing. I went out of my way for you.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I was hoping for something more tangible.
Oh, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Take care. So, a reputation with a faction has changed. Search choice is now positively... yeah, my brain stopped there. Spacer's choice now has a positive attitude towards us. That is good. Anyways, I think that's a good place to end the episode. So, thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you all next time.